What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Oliver Pego, your Clarksville real estate agent. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys clicking on the video. Today we have a special one for my new and improved studio. As you can see in the back, there is absolutely nothing in the back. However, I'm working on it. So today we're going over the steps for buying your first house here in Clarksville, Tennessee. So we're going to go from step 1 to step 20 on how to buy a house here in Clarksville, Tennessee. It's really not that difficult, but it is good to know these steps before making such a massive purchase. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, step number 1 is absolutely giving me a call. You don't want to go through this by yourself. It's a painful process if you're doing it by yourself, especially if you don't know what you're really doing. After you give me a call, I will uh, give you guys a couple lenders that I would recommend you going to. There are a handful of lenders, depending on what your goal is. If this is going to be your primary residence or investment property, we're going to get you pre-qualified before we start showing you or I start showing you houses. So after that, we'll go out and we'll take a look at a couple different properties. I will come up with a couple different options for you, depending on what you give me. Right, the information you give me, how many bedrooms, how many baths, how big you want it. So after that, we're going to go ahead and submit an offer on the property, and hopefully that offer is accepted right away. If not, we'll have to go do back and forth, um, and that could be a long process. So if we go back and forth, then after that, once the offer is accepted, we'll submit the escrow payment to the title company, so that the escrow payment could be any number that you really come up with. You and I will talk about that, of course, but the escrow payment is just a payment to the title company to really show that you are, in fact, serious about buying that property. So the escrow could be kind of towards your closing costs, so on and so forth. So that is just something that everyone really does. Um, and that is just a common practice here in the real estate industry. After that, we will be going into the home inspection. So the home inspection, you'll hire a home inspector, and I could go ahead and give you a list of home inspectors as well. However, it's very, very important that you go with the one that you want to, instead of what anyone else recommends, even if you don't go with me, right? Because there are real estate agents out there that have kind of the inside loop with home inspectors as well. So go with whatever one that you want to go with. I'll give you a list if that is something that you want, but it is important that you pick the one that you want to go with instead of what the real estate agent wants you to go with. After that, we'll be going into appraisals. So an appraiser will come out and kind of look at the property, make sure that everything's good to go, and they'll give you an estimate on the property. Um, and this is good because, especially if you're using a VA loan, you absolutely need an appraisal. So this makes sure that you're not overpaying for the piece of property that you are looking at, which is good, right? You don't ever want to overpay for a piece of property, especially if there's damage that's found in the home inspection. So if there is damage that's found in the home inspection, you could absolutely ask the seller to fix those damages, or come up with a different price. So after the appraisals are complete, you get the clear to close. So after that, you really like are basically done. So after you get the clear to close, so the title companies, they're good to go. You have your stuff, you grab the keys, you have your final walkthrough as well. So just to make sure that the house is still the same house that you bought. So after that, you grab your keys, and then you're well on your way to being a homeowner. So it's a very, very exciting process. There is a couple different hoops to jump through before you could get that piece of property, but it is well worth it in the end. Um, so I just wanted to let you guys know how that process works, because I think it's an important process. It's important to know how it works, especially if this is your first time buying a home. So without further ado, let's do the outro. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you guys watching. If you guys have any questions, comments below, go ahead, comment them down below. I would love to answer any questions. And if you guys need a house bought or sold, give me a call. I'll have my information down below. You also shoot me a text, shoot me an email, do whatever to get a hold of me. Or even if you want to comment down below, get a hold of me, and then we could go from there. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.